This is the strongest leveling build for Amon the Forgeknight. You throw the axe, the whole room freezes, you swap the gun, the boss gets deleted. No farming, no waiting, just non-stop power from the very first skill point. If you want a build that makes leveling easy, fun, and straight up busted, this is the one. Welcome back, Vault Hunters and Sweats. I'm BiggySweats, and this build I recommend if you're leveling up Amon the Forgeknight. Why this build? Because it's simple, it's safe, and it feels powerful from the moment you unlock your first skill. You don't need perfect loot, you don't need to farm forever, all you need is your axe and the rhythm to keep throwing it. Let's break down the strengths first. Number one is short cooldowns. Your cryo axe is always ready, always freezing. Number two, safe mobbing. Freeze a pack, swap weapons, wipe the room clean. Number three, gear friendly. This build works with whatever you find along the way. But hey, no build is flawless. The weaknesses, you'll need a good underbarrel attachments to really shred bosses. And if you're not using skills on cooldown, Amon can feel a little bit squishy. Still, for leveling through the story, learning his kit, and having non-stop fun, this is hands down the best way to play Amon. This build is all about rhythm. Every fight feels like a combo, and once you get it down, you'll run through enemies without stopping. Here's how it works. Step 1. Throw your Crucible Axe. That cryo hit locks enemies in place. Frozen targets are free crits waiting to happen. Step 2. While they're frozen, swap into your underbarrel. Shotgun, taser, spread launcher, it doesn't matter. They all hit like a truck when the enemy can't move. Step 3. The axe comes back quick, so throw it again and again and again. You're basically chaining freezes until nothing is left standing. Now bosses, this is where it gets spicy. Open with the Incendiary axe to stack big damage. Swap instantly into your burst underbarrel and drop your Ordnance in the same window. That combo melts health bars before they can even fight back. The last piece, always keep moving. Slides, dashes, glides, that's what fuels your momentum buffs, keeps you aggressive, and keeps you alive. So the loop is simple. Freeze, burst, throw again. And when it's a boss, stack everything at once for one filthy burst window. Now let's talk skills. How to spend your points as you level, and how the build comes together over time. Early game, levels 1 to 15. We start in the Cybernetics tree with Crucible, your cryo axe. Right away, put points into cast iron and bolt action. This cranks your cooldowns and makes your gun swaps buttery smooth. Next up is Bellows. This pumps up your fire rate after every ability use. And as soon as you unlock it, grab the augment Searing cold. That's the moment the build really clicks. Every axe is a guaranteed freeze. Early game loop is simple. Throw axe, swap guns, and delete. You're now controlling fights instead of reacting to them. Mid-game, so levels 16 to 25. Once you're set up, dip into the Calamity tree. Pick up Heavy Plate for toughness and Gut Punch for free melee bursts after ability casts. Add a couple of points into Titanium Knuckles for damage. By this point, you're unkillable in mobbing, rooms just freeze and shatter, bosses hit them with Incendiary axe, and then punish with underbarrels. Now the late game, which is level 26 and beyond. This is where Amon turns into a monster. We rush to Forged in Steel and then Berserk. That's the invulnerability windows plus bonus elemental damage. Your ultimate power spike. From here, swing back into Cybernetics for Permafrost and Blast Furnace. Now your axe does not only freeze, it leaves cryo hazards on the ground. You've got crowd control, burst damage, and safety all rolled into one kit. So the flow of progression is clear. Early game, smooth cooldowns and easy freezes. Mid game, tougher and harder hitting. Late game, you're freezing the map, invincible, and deleting bosses. Gear in Borderlands 4 is all about using what you find. But if you want direction, here's what fits perfectly with the Amon while you're leveling. Weapons is run a loadout of your favorite mobbing gun, ideally cryo or kinetic, which is just base damage without elements. SMGs and assault rifles feel great for cleaning up frozen packs. The real damage comes from the underbarrel attachments. These are your boss killers and they don't require any licensed part combos to work. Taser is pure shock damage. It melts shields. Shotgun underbarrels for close range bursts. Spread launchers for armor shredder. Big health chunking. Space lasers for instantaneous big damage. And if you do stumble on an energy disc with Jacob parts, that combo is strong, but don't sweat it if you don't see one. And if you like chasing legendaries, the Hot Slugger shotgun is a great pickup and is farmable in the Kraven's Nook, perfect for freeze and burst windows. Now your shields. Early on, Fireworks is an amazing shield option. Every kill fires homing missiles, so mobs just explode while you're freezing and swapping. You can farm this from Splash Zone in the Fade Fields or rerun with Encore Machine. If survivability is a problem, swap to a defensive shield with the capacity or regen for boss fights. Now your Ordnance. Grenades complement this build really well. The Reaver Grenade, a Ripper variant, leaves lingering payloads, perfect for mobbing, especially since frozen enemies cannot dodge. The Satchel Charge Theodore drops a satchel that detonates hard, great for burst when you line it up with a Cryo Axe Freeze. And for a wild card, if you get the Throwing Knife with the Penetrator Augment, use it. For a short window, all damage is guaranteed crits. Stack that with the Incendiary Axe, Underbarrel swap, and your Ordnance and bosses just disappear. Class mods and extras. Keep an eye out for the Stormcaller, Outlaw, and Guardian class mods. All of them give cooldown reduction or survivability, which makes the whole loop smoother. And don't forget Repkits with the Accelerator perk. They're huge for getting Crucible back faster. And finally of this section would be enhancements. Enhancements are bonus modifiers tied to gear, guns, shields, ordnance, mods. Think of them like perks that add extra utility. For Amon's build, the best ones are cooldown reduction, absolutely the best stat for this build. More Crucible equals more freezers equals more survivability and damage. Critical damage. Frozen targets are easy crits, so crit scaling multiplies your burst potential. Elemental damage, cryo, shock, fire. Since your axes and augments already bring elemental effects, elemental boots stack nicely with your playstyle. Finally, the Maliwan synthesizer. If it rolls on your gear, boosts elemental efficiency, which syncs with cryo freeze uptime and incendiary axe boss damage. So the rule is simple. Use whatever you find, but if you're farming, target Fireworks, Hot Slugger, Ripper or Satchel Ordnance, and the Penetrator Knife. Those are the pieces that make this build feel next level. Now as we come to a close on the guide, let's do some beginner mistakes to avoid. The stuff I see players do that makes Amon feel weak when the build is actually cracked. Mistake number 1, forgetting to grab Searing cold. If you don't switch to that augment at level 6, you're missing the guaranteed freeze that makes this whole kit pop. Mistake 2, not using your skills on cooldown. Amon's defenses and damage both come from throwing axes. If you're holding abilities for later, you're making yourself weaker. Mistake 3, clinging to outdated guns. Borderlands 4 punishes under-leveled gear hard. Replace your favorites as you go. Fresh drops matter more than sticking to one weapon. Mistake 4 is ignoring your ordnance. Your grenades are a huge part of Boss Burst. If you're not throwing them, you're leaving free damage on the table. Mistake 5 is wrong elements. Don't waste shock on armor or corrosive on shields. Match the weakness or just lean on cryo and let the axes carry. And finally, mistake 6, staying still. Momentum is part of your survivability. Slide, dash, glide. Keep moving and you'll feel 10 times tankier. Avoid these and Amon goes from kinda squishy to straight up unstoppable. And that's the full Amon leveling build, sweats. Freeze the mob, delete the boss, and keep the momentum rolling all the way through the campaign. This setup is safe, it's fun, and it makes leveling feel busted without needing god roll loot. If this guide has helped you out, drop a like, sub to the channel, and let me know in the comments what your nastiest freeze combo has been so far. Tell me them gun combos. I'm BiggySweats. Stay hype, stay sweaty. I'll catch you in the next video. Check us out over on twitch.tv/BiggySweats all week. Until next time, peace.